Hi everyone, I am Claudia Saldivar and this is my position statement on challenging behavior in young children, and this is by the Division of Early Childhood. The summary of the position statement. So this position statement explains about the importance of the early childhood period from birth to age 8 and how during this stage of development, children can develop challenging behaviors that could be difficult for adults and other children to handle. It discusses how adults that work with children should educate themselves to address challenging behaviors in a positive approach to address the underlying cause of the challenging behavior in children and not just react in the moment for a certain behavior. This position statement discusses ways to teach children social, emotional, and communication skills to support them with those challenging behaviors that they are dealing with. I think this position statement is supported by Vygotsky's social cultural theory. He stresses that learning is a social process, and he believed that cognitive development occurs through interactions with parents, peers, and culture. So, in order for children to learn, we must teach them and provide them those skills so they can to help them with those challenging behaviors. It's also supported, I think this position statement is also supported by the ACE research, which the ACE research, adverse childhood experiences are traumatic events that can impact children's brain development and can make learning, paying attention, and making decisions difficult for children. So, again, children have been experiencing some sort of trauma that is causing these behaviors. So it's how can we support the children and even the family so they can get better with those behaviors that they're facing. This relates to me because I have worked as an early childhood educator for 10 years now, and I remember going into the field and thinking, how easy it will be to help children deal with conflict, teach them those conflict resolution steps. And even though it works for some children, sometimes it doesn't work for all of them. So it was kind of like a reality check for me to be able to see how some children really are facing hard times at home or with their families, and that can impact how they respond in the classroom. I have had my share of children with challenging behaviors myself, so I remember just thinking, oh my gosh, like how are we going to get through this year? But one thing that I have learned is that I always tell myself children are having a hard time. They're not trying to give me a hard time. So that when I try to help children with those behaviors, I always try to think like, how can I help this child? Or how can I connect with the family to better support the child and also the parent? As I educate myself through school and professional development courses, I have learned different approaches to support children. A lot of the times when children are having a hard time and they don't want to listen, just even asking them if they want a hug, I feel like always can help de-escalate whatever situation is going on, especially when children are having those really hard behaviors in the classroom. So I do believe that connecting with the children, connecting with the families to better support everyone involved is the best way to help those challenging behaviors. That is it. Thank you.